people, welcome to my channel Sharmilian. Today let's learn how to grow microgreens at your home easily using 3 different growth mediums. Just like you, even I am a beginner, and this is a picture of my radish microgreen grown lusciously green and beautiful in my garden very recently. I tried 2 types of microgreens, one with a radish and another with a regular methi seeds. You can also use another variety of seeds like broccoli, carrot, beetroot, just like growing the radish, and also you can use mustard and other sprouts available at home. Here at first I am going to try growing these microgreens using a regular gardening soil or a potting soil. Take a plastic disposable container or a plastic tray and just layer it firmly using a gardening soil. Take any seeds of your choice like carrot, beetroot, broccoli, lettuce or chickpeas. Here I am taking radish and a handful of vermicompost and some potting soil again. At first, I have firmly pressed the gardening soil and made it as a soil bed here. On the soil bed, I am going to layer all the radish seeds. If you are a beginner like me, you can try growing microgreens using radish because these are super easy to grow and doesn't need to soak like methi the overnight. So these are directly applied to the soil just from the seedling packets. Please ensure the seeds are not overcrowded. So here I am just using my fingers and ensuring that seeds are having an ample space for growth. So I spread the seeds evenly across the soil bed. By doing this, I am also firmly pressing the seeds. Now layer a 1/4 inch of vermicompost and potting mix or the regular gardening soil. Please don't overweigh it by layering a lot of soil on top. Just a 1/4 inch is fair enough. So I am adding the 1/4 inch of vermicompost and garden soil here. Gently press it so the seeds are firmly pressed on the soil bed. Sprinkle water gently on the soil bed. Since the growth medium is just 2 inch above, you need not water it regularly. Just alternate days. Just a mild sprinkling of water will be more enough for the microgreens to grow. So we are going to leave this. By end of day 7, you can see a luscious green layer of microgreens grown on this. Here we have come to the second method of growing microgreens using tissue paper in a plastic container with some sprouted methi seeds. Have taken a clean and dry plastic container and some kitchen tissues. Please ensure there are no holes in the container. You can use the regular carry away trays or disposable containers to try this method. I am layering almost like 5 to 6 tissue papers. In this method, the tissue paper is the only growth medium along with the water content. So please ensure the tissue papers are layered thick. Here I have taken methi seeds. I have soaked it for 1 whole day and wrapped it with a damp cloth so it eventually sprouted like this. I am just loosening this seed balls. You can see it's sprouted so beautifully. This eventually helps the germinated sprouted seeds to germinate very easily on any growth medium. So gently I'm losing all the sprouts because I don't want the sprout rootlings to break here, because that is the major part of growing your microgreens. Now I have layered a lot of tissue paper, almost like 5 to 6 tissue papers on the tray, and gently added some 3 teaspoons of water and damped the tissue paper. Please ensure we are going to just damp the tissue paper. We are not going to make it so soggy. So I feel that this watering is more suffice. Now I'm going to layer a thick bed of methi sprouts. If you are in an apartment, you can try all these microgreens very easily. You can see the thick bed. Now just layer it with a thin layer of tissue paper and sprinkle some water and keep it in a dry area with partial sunlight. Now we are going to try the third method using coco peat. I have taken a plastic container and I have just pressed firmly some coco peat. You all know coco peat is very easy to grow any seeds or microgreens, because these are super dry and has a fine water draining content, so it doesn't grow any fungus on the roots. And coco peat is highly nutritious. Now I have firmly layered a bed of coco peat and sprinkled with some water, because coco peat is very light in weight, so when air blows it might fly off. So I'm just dampening and making a coco peat bed in the plastic container. I'm pressing it gently and firmly so the coco peat rests on the container very even and firm. Just sprinkle a thick layer of methi seeds. Please ensure we are not going to break the rootlings. Now I am sprinkling a 1/4 inch of coco peat above the thick layer of methi seeds. Since this coco peat is very light in weight, you need to press a little firm and gently once you layer a 1/4 inch of coco peat onto your microgreens. Here I have firmly pressed the 1/4 inch of coco peat on my microgreens. I'm going to sprinkle some water and again just keep this tray in an indirect sunlight or a partial sunlight area in your balcony or in your garden. Just water it every alternative. Don't over water it because the roots might rot. Here you can see the other 2 methods, one with a tissue and another with a coco peat. I'm going to let it germinate in my balcony. So let's see how does it turn out in day 2 or in day 3. Now we are in day 3 and you can see my radish microgreens. It's sprouted really beautiful. It's so luscious and green. It's just a beginning. Microgreens, once it started germinating and you started seeing the green leaf saplings, you can see the growth will be very much thick in upcoming days. Let's check on day 5 and day 7. Now we are in day 6. I'm super excited to see the lusciously grown radish microgreens See how bushy and thick it has grown in day 6. This is completely a beautiful turnover for me. Now let's have a look on day 5 of Methi microgreen grown on a coco peat growth medium. Both are so lusciously green, but when I look into the day 5 of tissue paper method growing Methi microgreens, I am hugely disappointed, guys, because all I have grown is a very little amount of microgreens and a lot of fungus. I could see a bed of fungus breeding onto it. It's a clear sign of decompose. You can see a lot of cloudy fungal growth on my microgreens. On the other hand, I am taking a closer look of my microgreens. This is my radish microgreen grown on a potting soil. I'm not even seeing a single insect on it or neither a fungal growth on the entire plant medium. The growth medium has supported a lot of minerals. Here I'm also looking my methi seed grown on a coco peat bed. Here again there is no sign of fungal growth at all. I'm having a closer look on all my microgreen saplings and also in the potting bed. This is completely green and it started growing, and not even one single fungal mold I have seen so far. You can see the differences of microgreens growing happily and more healthily using gardening soil or using coco peat, because any plant life definitely needs some nutrient and minerals for it to grow healthily and lusciously green. That's how we end up eating healthy food. So growing microgreens using gardening soil or coco peat is a clear sign of having a healthy and nutritious microgreens at home in a much more cheaper and healthy manner. I'm happy with both these coco peat and gardening soil method because it has yielded me a fair result, and I have a lot of faith that I am ending up eating a healthy grown micronutrients free from fertilizers, grown more organically and not with a fungal growth. These are loaded with nutritious. These are like said to have 10 times more nutrition rather than its regular vegetables. But the similar growth of microgreens in a layer of tissue paper bed is a heavy fail, guys, because as I take a closer look, there is a very few saplings of methi and the rest is an entire layer of fungal. Yeah, as days grows, this will definitely turn out with a thick green microgreen bed, but I don't think so. I don't want to end up eating something that is grown on a fungal bed because it's not at all nutritious. I'm just taking a closer look. I'm really sorry about the cam quality. I'm just shaking my camera. I'm really sorry about that. Please bear with me. I'm just having a closer look on the tissue paper bed. You can see a lot of fungus again and again. I'm hugely disappointed with this tissue paper method because tissue paper hardly have any nutrient content which enables the sprouted seeds to grow and germinate further, because tissue paper itself doesn't have any nutrient values just like any other gardening soil or a coco peat. That's the fair differences of day 5 and day 6 growth between a coco peat or with a gardening soil or with a tissue paper. The result shows it all of which one is more healthy and righteous way to have your microgreens. Please try these two methods at your home, because yeah, it is a little messy, but you end up eating a right growth of microgreens at your home. Try these microgreens at your home and let me know what you feel in the comment section below. And for more such video contents, like and subscribe to Charmeleon. Take care. Bye bye.